Midnight Evil is a low-budget flick starring a very popular person who appeared in The Hills Have Eyes, Mr. Barryman right here. He's carrying an axe, but he does not exactly plan to slash this person standing in front of him. He's actually the kindly grandpa character in this film, but he doesn't really have a big role. In fact, there's nobody that really has any form of role that I can actually understand. The plot is all over the place, so we're going to read the back just to see if we can find out what's going on here. Two women, Diem and Yuri, steal a suitcase full of cash in an abandoned cabin. Just as drug dealers looking for them discover their hideout, an ancient evil is unleashed within the cabin. Now, they must fight to survive until dawn. There's nothing here. It's just ITN and Stoneberry Films and Blood Sombrero Films LLC. And Abelberry and Abelberry, and Jennifer Stone and Barry, Jennifer Stone, Stoneberry, it's a low budget, okay? Film Midnight Evil. It is written and directed by both Abelberry and Jennifer Stoneberry Films. It was produced by the two of them as well. It stars a bunch of people, and the only one that's actually worth remembering through my eyes is Mr. Barryman here, right here, the man with the axe. These two people on the front cover, though, I don't know who they are. Michelle... Oh, no, this is Michael Barryman. I don't know who Billy Blair is. I know Michael Barryman. They put him here, but they didn't put him on the actual cover. He's not one of these two characters, and he's not this thing either. But then there's this, Billy Blair. Who is Billy Blair? I don't know. And we're gonna get the pros out of the way real quick. The pro is that the design for the creature right here, this is the Wendigo. The Wendigo when it came and then it went gone. But the outfit, the costume design, it's actually pretty good. I like the way it looked. It looked like it walked right out of a set of Pan's Labyrinth. It was that well designed, and I just really liked the design of this thing. But outside of that, there are some effects, some blood effects that are pretty good makeup, but overall you would tell that this is a very, very low budget film. It's just two people who really wanted to make a movie. They got a couple $1,000s together, and they made it. They didn't have equipment to have a good recording. I don't even know if they even had a boom mic. They might have even just digitally recorded it on digital cameras, like a camcorder and things like that, because I just don't see too much shots, too much cinematography. The audio is kind of poor. There's no sound balancing in the best ways. They did the best they could with what they got, though, because it looks like they didn't have much at all. The movie is very hard to understand, but from what I understand, we have these two characters that stole money from a bunch of drug dealer people, and the drug dealer people are running a brothel/strip club that these two apparently worked at, and that's where they took the money from. So they took the money and they ran away, and so the drug dealers come chasing after them. And then there's this Native American looking dude who summons the Wendigo for some reason, I don't know why, and it starts to kill the ladies. It starts to get after them. It starts to get after the drug dealers. Starts to get after a third party of people that showed up, and a lot of people are basically harassed until they all get bloodily mutilated, until finally one of these two, I forget who, defeats the Wendigo and saves the day, and then the film is over. There really is nothing else that really happens in this. There's a lot of shots that don't make sense, that they're just to fluff out the runtime. The runtime is about 79 minutes, and there's about 10 minutes of fluff footage. It's like they just could not get to feature length. Feature length is over 70 minutes. And it's like there's a bunch of shots in here that feel like they don't really make sense being there, because there's nothing that's really being spoken that really helps push the plot along. But there's a lot of lingering shots. There's a lot of, what's the word we're looking for? TNA. There's a lot of that in here. And you know what? It's fine. There's a lot of that in here, though. They just linger on it, and they linger and they linger, and nobody's speaking. It's just there. It's just there. It's there. And then they finally manage to get over the 70-minute runtime, and then they go like, all right, we've made it to 79 minutes. Let's compile it together, print it, and throw it out on Tubi. Is it on Tubi? I'm not too sure. But ITN, a lot of ITN movies are on Tubi. But it made it to DVD. It made it to dollar store DVDs. You might even find it at your local dollar store. I don't know. If you want to watch this, you can go right ahead. I wouldn't recommend it, because it's not funny bad. It's not bad. It's just a movie. It's just a low-budget movie. If you're interested in low-budget movies, if you're interested in filmmaking, if you're interested in how people who are just starting out, or how people who don't really have a lot of money, who just make low-budget films, if you're interested in that, then you might be interested in taking a look at Midnight Evil. For me, I just couldn't get into it. I like the design for the creature. The Wendigo looked amazing. But there's just not anything else in here. The attacks, the kills by the Wendigo, they're all off screen because they couldn't afford the actual kill shots. They couldn't actually afford squibs and things like that. They just couldn't afford a lot of things. They just tried to work with what they had, and they did a decent enough job at it, but it needed a little bit more. It needed a little bit more to keep my attention. And the cameras and the sound audio needed a little bit of work. But otherwise, you can expect what you expect when you look at a low-budget film like this. So you're going to get what you get when you watch Midnight Evil. Do it at your own risk.